Just days ago, millions of Americans feared their SNAP benefits, also known as food stamps, would be cut off due to the ongoing government shutdown. Families worried, grocery stores braced for chaos, and food banks prepared for a surge. But now, a major court ruling has blocked the Trump administration's attempt to suspend SNAP funding, bringing relief to over 42 million Americans who depend on those benefits to put food on the table. In this video, we'll explain, checkmark what exactly happened in court. Checkmark how this ruling saved food benefits for now. Checkmark what it means for your next SNAP payment. Checkmark and whether the fight is truly over, or just getting started. Before we begin, take 1 second to like this video, subscribe to American Finance Today, and share this update with anyone who relies on SNAP or EBT benefits. Because this story affects real people, and every share helps spread awareness. The SNAP suspension plan. During the government shutdown, the USDA under the Trump administration announced it could not guarantee November SNAP payments, citing a lack of congressional funding. That decision sparked panic across the country, because SNAP is a lifeline for low-income families, seniors, and veterans. The suspension plan involved halting future monthly SNAP benefits after October, citing no appropriations to distribute funds, arguing that contingency funds could not be used without new legislation. In plain terms, they were saying, "We don't have money, so benefits must stop." That's when state governments and advocacy groups stepped in and took the fight to court. The legal battle begins. In late October 2025, over 24 states, including New York, Michigan, California, and Illinois, sued the federal government and the USDA. Their argument? That suspending SNAP during a shutdown was illegal and unconstitutional, since funds had already been allocated through contingency reserves. The lawsuit claimed, SNAP funds are mandatory spending, not discretionary. The USDA must continue operations using existing reserves. Cutting off benefits would cause irreparable harm to millions. It quickly became one of the biggest food security cases in modern history. The court's decision. On October 31st, a federal judge ruled in favor of the states, blocking the Trump administration from suspending SNAP benefits. The ruling ordered the USDA to use its $5.2 billion contingency fund to cover upcoming payments, report back on how it plans to maintain program continuity, stop all efforts to pause or delay benefits until further review. The judge emphasized that SNAP is essential for the health and survival of millions of Americans, and that halting benefits during a shutdown would cause an immediate humanitarian crisis. This ruling means, for now, SNAP benefits are safe. What it means for you. If you rely on SNAP, here's what this decision means: your November benefits will continue as scheduled. EBT cards should remain active for grocery purchases. No reapplication is required. The ruling automatically protects ongoing payments. States will coordinate with USDA to ensure funding flows properly. But it's also a temporary fix. The ruling keeps payments going until Congress passes a full budget or a higher court overturns the decision. Why SNAP was at risk? So why did this happen at all? Because of the 2025 government shutdown, which froze funding for many federal agencies, including the Department of Agriculture. Normally, SNAP benefits are paid monthly from federal allocations. When the shutdown hit, the USDA said it had no legal authority to release new payments without Congress's approval. Critics called that claim a political move, arguing the law allows for emergency use of contingency funds, the very funds the judge just ordered USDA to use. The states that fought back. The coalition of states that sued the federal government showed rare unity. Both Democrats and Republicans joined forces. They argued that food should never be political and that SNAP recipients shouldn't suffer because of Washington gridlock. Key states involved in the lawsuit: New York, Michigan, Illinois, California, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, Washington, and more than a dozen others. Together, they represented over 30 million of the 42 million SNAP recipients, meaning the majority of the nation's beneficiaries were directly defended in court. The human impact behind every legal headline is a real person. Single parents, seniors, veterans, people working 2 jobs who still struggle to afford food. Without SNAP, millions would face empty refrigerators and impossible choices between paying rent or buying groceries. Food banks across America had already begun preparing for a surge in demand, expecting thousands of new visitors daily. This court ruling doesn't just protect benefits, it protects dignity and survival. What happens next? The legal victory is significant, but the fight isn't over. The Trump administration may still appeal the ruling, arguing that the court overstepped its authority. If that happens, SNAP's future could once again depend on higher courts. However, until that appeal is filed and heard, the current order stands: SNAP benefits continue as normal. That means if you receive monthly food stamps, you can shop, plan, and budget normally for November and December 2025. Reactions across the country. The reaction was swift and emotional. Supporters of the ruling said, "This is a victory for working families. No one should go hungry because of politics. It's proof that the courts can still protect the people." Critics argued, the court's order could strain emergency reserves. It sets a precedent for judicial overreach. But most Americans, regardless of political view, agreed on one thing: no one should lose access to food during a shutdown. Final thoughts and call to action. Right now, SNAP benefits are safe, but the larger battle over federal funding isn't finished. If Congress fails to pass a new budget, this issue could return in the coming months. Here's what you can do: stay informed by subscribing to American Finance Today. Follow your state SNAP office for local updates. Plan ahead in case of delays or system errors. Spread awareness so others stay informed and prepared. Like, share or subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.